The faint buzz of a phone notification pierced the silence of our dimly lit bedroom, pulling me from a shallow sleep, the kind where dreams blur into worries. It was 2 a.m., and there she was, my wife, silhouetted against the glow of her screen, her fingers dancing swiftly before she set it face down on the nightstand with a soft click. That moment, innocuous at the time, now feels like the first thread unraveling in the fabric of our marriage, a quiet lie hidden in the shadows of trust. I've carried this weight for months, the ache of betrayal twisting like a knot in my chest, and sharing it here might finally loosen it. Let me take you back to before it all fell apart. What happened that night changed everything I thought I knew about love and loyalty. No one expects the person they built a life with to harbor such secrets. I thought our bond was unbreakable, forged in years of shared joys and trials, but it turned out to be more fragile than I could imagine. Hey everyone, my name's Alex, I'm 38, a project manager at a construction firm in Chicago, married for 10 years to Sarah, with our daughter Lily, who's 8, completing our little family. I've always been the reliable type, the one who plans family vacations and coaches Lily's soccer team on weekends, deeply attached to the stability we've created. It's what grounds me in the chaos of city life. But lately, an undercurrent of unease has crept in, making me question if the foundation I rely on is as solid as it seems. Sarah's 36, a graphic designer with a creative spark that lights up any room, our dynamic one of balance, her spontaneity complementing my steadiness, or so it appeared. We'd laugh over takeout on Friday nights, her hand in mine feeling like home. The apartment hummed with familiar comforts, the warm scent of vanilla candles she loved, flickering light casting dancing shadows on the exposed brick walls, the distant rumble of traffic below like a lullaby. But that evening, as we unwound on the couch, her phone lit up again. She glanced at it, a subtle furrow in her brow smoothing into a quick smile, her thumb swiping away before tucking it between the cushions, her posture shifting ever so slightly, shoulders hunching protectively. I brushed it off as work stress, my mind rationalizing the flicker of doubt, the cool leather of the couch sticking to my skin in the humid air, but deep down, a whisper wondered if something more was stirring. And then she mentioned a team-building event coming up, her voice casual, but her eyes avoiding mine. What was she hiding? The cause of Alex's initial unease stems from Sarah's subtle behavioral shifts, like protective phone handling and evasive glances, triggering effects of internal doubt and rationalization. This fosters a cycle where trust erodes gradually, leading to heightened awareness of environmental cues, the vanilla scent contrasting with emotional chill. Sarah's motivations appear rooted in secrecy, perhaps from unmet needs, while Alex's steady personality amplifies denial as a coping mechanism. Consequences include budding anxiety, setting the stage for deeper investigation, with sensory details like flickering light mirroring his flickering suspicions, ultimately affecting a shift from complacency to vigilance. Our days followed a predictable rhythm, one I'd come to cherish amid the bustle of Chicago, the morning rush with Lily's backpack slung over her shoulder, the aroma of fresh brewed coffee mingling with toaster waffles, sunlight streaming through the kitchen windows in golden shafts. I'd kiss Sarah goodbye as she headed to her downtown studio, her laptop bag bumping against her hip, and dive into my own workday, conference calls echoing in my home office with the clack of keyboards in the background. Evenings brought us together again, cooking simple meals like stir-fry, the sizzle of vegetables in the wok filling the air with savory steam, Lily's homework spread across the table under the warm pendant light. But cracks appeared in small ways. Sarah started lingering over breakfast, her eyes glued to her phone, fingers tapping responses with a focus that excluded us, a soft chuckle escaping her lips now and then. When I'd ask about her day, her replies came delayed, laced with vague details. Busy with clients, her fork pausing midair, a micro-smile fading as she met my gaze. The temperature in the room seemed to drop during those moments, the wooden chair creaking as she shifted, her free hands smoothing her napkin unnecessarily. I told myself it was nothing, just the demands of her job ramping up, but the unease lingered like the faint chill from the drafty window. One night, as wind howled outside, rattling the panes, she announced a sudden, "Girls' night." With colleagues I'd never heard mentioned, applying lipstick in the hallway mirror with deliberate care, the tube's click echoing. Her reflection showed a spark in her eyes, cheeks flushed, but when she hugged me goodbye, her embrace felt perfunctory, her perfume, a new citrus blend, clinging sharply. Normalcy interspersed, we'd cuddle watching TV, her head on my shoulder, the fabric of her sweater soft against my arm, laughter shared over a silly show. Yet doubt whispered, why the late-night typing under the covers, the screen's glow illuminating her face in blue hues, her body tensing if I stirred. Self-doubt crept in. Was I overreacting, imagining distance where there was none? The contrast gnawed, moments of warmth clashing with subtle detachment, building a quiet discomfort. Then, returning early from picking up Lily, I heard her on the phone in the bedroom, voice low and animated, cutting off abruptly as we entered, the silence heavy, her smile too bright. What wasn't she saying? Alex expected a harmonious marriage grounded in transparency, but reality introduces Sarah's secret of habits, delayed replies, new perfume, flushed cheeks, shattering this ideal and igniting cognitive dissonance. His rationalizations reflect a fear of confrontation, preserving the facade while intuition flags betrayal. Sarah's patterns suggest thrill or dissatisfaction, her tense body language betraying inner conflict. This mismatch breeds emotional unease, with sensory contrasts like warm light against chilly drafts symbolizing the rift. The block illustrates how unmet expectations lead to denial, heightening tension without proof, and planting seeds for active doubt. The whispers of doubt evolved into a persistent hum, like the low buzz of the city traffic that never quite faded. I began tracking patterns subconsciously, her phone buzzing at predictable times, lunch hour, evenings, her screen brightness dimmed, angled away when I approached. Passwords changed without mention, she'd input them with furtive glances, fingers hesitating slightly, the soft taps echoing in my mind long after. Was snooping a breach of trust, or self-preservation? The dilemma twisted in my gut during sleepless nights, the bedroom clock ticking relentlessly, moonlight filtering through blinds and slatted patterns on the sheets, my breathing shallow as thoughts raced. Red herrings teased, an overtime project, explained late returns, her explanations smooth over dinner, fork clinking against plate, but charges on our card for an upscale cafe I'd never visited raised flags. Client lunch, she said, eyes steady, and relief flooded me temporarily, only for doubt to rebound like a wave. Anger flickered when she'd snap defensively at innocent questions. Why so nosy? Her tone sharp, then softened with a hug, guilt washing over me for suspecting her. Insomnia gripped harder, the house's silence amplifying every creak, cold air seeping under doors as I paced dimly lit halls, obsessing over deleted notifications popping up then vanishing. Emotional roller coasters dominated, a day of normalcy. Family park outing, leaves crunching underfoot, Lily's laughter bright, crumbled with her hidden smiles at texts, unfamiliar names flashing briefly. Hyper-awareness set in. I'd note her longer showers, steam carrying that citrus scent, or altered schedules. Yoga class extended. Guilt mingled with anger. Was love blinding me to truth? The brink came one foggy morning, checking our shared calendar app in the quiet kitchen, coffee mug warm in hand, the steam rising as I spotted a recurring meeting at a hotel, location tagged but no details. It wasn't confronted yet, but the undeniable hint lodged like a stone in my throat. What secret rendezvous was this? Alex progresses from passive observation to moral quandary, the point of no return hitting with the hotel tag discovery, shifting denial to compelled action. His analytical trait fuels pattern tracking, but emotional swings, relief to guilt, reveal vulnerability. Sarah's defensiveness hints at guilt-driven evasion, motivated by escapism. Psychological strain manifests in insomnia and obsession, with environmental tension like ticking clocks underscoring fragmentation. This escalation builds suspense, illustrating love's clash with truth-fear, culminating in a brink where ignorance yields to inevitable pursuit, marking internal evolution towards certainty. The hotel tag haunted me, a digital specter in the app, prompting deeper dives despite the ethical churn, Was this invasion justified? I started subtly, noting phone times aligned with meetings. Her device now passcode protected, the denial beep mocking as I tried old codes in secret. Setbacks hit, innocent emails from work corroborated some alibis, a colleague's name popping up, easing suspicion momentarily amid the office's fluorescent hum, my computer screen blurring with unfocused code. But small finds eroded relief. Hidden app notifications for a dating profile? No, a social media alert, but deleted chats in her history folder raised hairs on my neck. Moral weight pressed during quiet moments, like folding laundry, the fabric soft and warm from the dryer, sense of detergent clashing with inner turmoil, betraying trust to uncover betrayal? Red herrings persisted, a receipt for flowers explained as office gift. Her smile genuine, anger subsiding into guilt as we shared a meal, clinking glasses. Yet discoveries mounted, unfamiliar cologne on her scarf, faint and musky, unexplained, bank alerts for intimate dinners. Obsession peaked in dim rooms, late-night silence broken by my shallow breaths, ticking wall clock amplifying paranoia. Emotional tides surged, doubt to fury when spotting a flirty emoji in a recovered text fragment, then self-reproach for digging. Hypervigilance ruled, every gesture scrutinized, her quick phone flips, micro-tremors in hands. The undeniable surfaced on a stormy evening, rain pelting windows, restoring cloud backups revealed explicit messages with Mark, her old college flame, photos of clandestine meets, receipts matching hotel stays. Shock froze me, the laptop's fan whirring loudly, clarity piercing through, confrontation loomed, unavoidable. Sarah's mistaken digital trails, deleted chats, receipts, teaches Alex the fragility of secrets in a connected world, his era of delayed action evolving into lessons on trusting intuition over alibis. Consequences fracture trust irreparably, with red herrings amplifying emotional whiplash. Alex's motivations shift from preservation to truth-seeking, highlighting empowerment in facing facts. Sensory realism, rain pelting, musky scents, grounds the psychological toll, showing how accumulated deceptions lead to clarity, fostering growth. Vigilance prevents future blindness, transforming passive hurt into active resolve. The messages seared into my vision, explicit words and intimate photos from Mark, her college ex, detailing months of deceit starting at a networking party she'd downplayed. The room's dim lamp cast harsh shadows, silence thick save for the fridge's hum, my hands clammy on the laptop as anger boiled, restrained by a numbing shock turning to detachment. She arrived home, keys jingling, coat shedding raindrops on the floorboards. "Rough day?" she asked, voice light, but froze seeing the screen I held up. "What's this?" I demanded, tone even despite the quake inside. Pause. Her face paled, eyes darting, hand covering mouth. "Alex, I..." Broken sentences followed, denial first. "It's not real, hacked maybe." Then deflection. "You've been absent, work-obsessed." Tears streamed, body trembling as she sank to the couch, arms crossed tightly. Short exchanges pierced the tension. "How long?" 6 months, emotional at first. The twist gutted, deeper attachment than flings. "I love him too." Blame shifting to our routine. Gaslighting crept. "You're imagining the worst." But her fears showed in quivering lips, averted gaze, fist clenched. My internal storm calmed to clarity. "This ends us." No yells, just profound quiet, her sobs echoing in the cold space, background appliances humming indifferently. We sat in stillness, rain drumming, the betrayal's weight settling, the bond snapped, leaving hollow calm. Alex's shock evolves to detached anger, his even tone and held screen channeling betrayal into confrontation, avoiding rage for dignity. Sarah's denial to confession reveals fear and remorse, her trembling and blame-shifting actions exposing vulnerability amid attachment. The twist intensifies devastation, motivations like routine escape evident in tears. Body language, clenched fists, averted eyes heightens tension, with sensory hush post-climax symbolizing rupture. This peak captures trust's break, shifting confusion to certainty, establishing no return via emotional silence, fostering Alex's transition to resolve. Divorce papers signed in a sterile office, the pens scratch final. I moved to a lakeside condo, mornings now mine, jogging along the shore, waves lapping rhythmically, crisp air filling lungs, sunlight glinting off water in diamond sparks. Coffee brewed strong, steam curling in the modern kitchen, granite cool under palms, no shared routines, just freedom. Hobbies bloomed, photography classes, shutter clicks capturing cityscapes, dinners with new friends, laughter echoing in cozy bars, clinking glasses toasting fresh starts. Lily thrived in co-parenting, weekends with park picnics, her small hand in mine, grass-tickling feet, her questions met with honest calm. Sarah distanced, remorse in sparse texts, but boundaries held, no reconciliation pleas answered. Therapy in a sunlit room, clock ticking softly, unpacked grief into growth, understanding her choices as hers, not my flaws, relief mingling with sadness, peace settling like dusk's gentle light. Empowerment surged. I dated tentatively, a cafe meet-up with smiles over lattes, foam creamy on lips, career advanced, promotions earned through focus. Micro-emotions flowed, contemplation during solitary walks, leaves rustling, a quiet strength emerging. According to recent surveys, around 20% of married men and 13% of women have admitted to infidelity, making experiences like mine more prevalent than many realize. It contextualizes the pain, offering insight, vigilance, and self-worth turn betrayal into a catalyst for a fuller life. The narrative arc charts Alex's descent from marital bliss to betrayal's abyss, ascending to empowered renewal, underscoring trust's vulnerability and denial's pitfalls. Cumulative lessons reveal betrayal's roots and unmet needs, with Alex's growth from denial to boundaries exemplifying resilience. Emotional closure via therapy and independence highlights coping through action, not forgiveness, while Sarah's remorse adds nuance without absolution. Character evolution, Alex's steadiness forging strength, emphasizes personal agency amid pain, offering catharsis. Infidelity shatters, but introspection rebuilds, inviting reflection on relationships' hidden fragilities.